Reg, how are you doing?
I'm great. I'm just plugging in my phone, feeling good.
Yeah? Good to know it's just all business as usual.
Yeah. Yep.
I must say, in many ways, I don't like doing this, but in one way, I do prefer this setup. I've always wanted to look like I'm just slightly too big to hold my mug. You know what I mean?
Oh, I love it.
Hang on, I'm just going to ding the bell.
Yeah. There you go. Oh.
Ian Carmel, one of our head writers, is also back in the studio tonight. We missed Ian. How you doing? Does it feel good to be back?
It's amazing to be back. I was gone the first half of the week for some stuff, but like coming back into the room, the energy in here has been great. It's so different from last week.
I see what you're doing. Well, it's great to see your face, Ian. It's wonderful to see everybody. Now, before we get into the headlines, we wanted to show you this. Last night on the show, we talked about Joe Biden starting a speech by playing the song Despacito off of his phone. Well, Sean Hannity on Fox News talked about it last night too. But his pronunciation was, well, it was slightly off. See if you can notice.
Yesterday, Joe Biden was trying so hard to pander for Hispanic Americans to vote for him in Florida that he actually started a speech by playing, well, it's a song called Despacito.
Is it? Is it, Sean? Is that what it's called? He sounds like my dad ordering at a Mexican restaurant. Moving on to today's news, in a highly unusual move, President Trump's former Director of National Intelligence, Dan Coats, has asked Congress to create a commission to oversee the upcoming election. Apparently, he has concerns about the election being fair. Everybody who leaves the Trump administration talks like somebody who used to work at Arby's. They're like, listen, I can't say why, but trust me, do not eat there. You don't want to know. You don't want to know. Well, then just have the fries. Coates called for the commission in an editorial in today's New York Times, and we all know if there's anything that will win over President Trump, it's a thoughtfully argued editorial in the New York Times. Now, you may not remember Dan Coates. In addition to being Trump's Director of National Intelligence, he has also served as a United States ambassador, senator, congressman, and spent many years in his most famous role as a grandfather who is not amused by your TikToks. Meanwhile, today, President Trump gave a speech in Washington. He talked about liberals attacking American values and then had a few words to say about Mount Rushmore. Have a look.
As I said, at Mount Rushmore, which they would love to rip down and rip it down fast. That's never going to happen.
Well, yeah, because it's a mountain. Basically impossible to rip down a mountain. Also, why is he so drowsy? He's talking the way my 5-year-old daughter talks when she's 20 seconds away from falling asleep. Trump also took a moment to talk about the principles of the Founding Fathers.
To grow up in America is to live in a land where anything is possible, where anyone can rise, and where any dream can come true, all because of the immortal principles of our nation's founders.
Oh, Lord.
Immortal? There's nothing like quitting halfway through a word. What was he even saying? Is he saying immortal, immutable? He sounds like a Cockney person who's saying, I'm horrible. Immortal. The immortal Founding Fathers. What do you think he's trying to say, Reg?
I have no idea.
Unquotable.
Whatever he was trying to say, he butchered it. Even Sean Hannity was like, come on, man. Everyone knows you don't say it like that. Get it together. And this was an interesting story. The island nation of Barbados has announced that they are removing Queen Elizabeth II as their official head of state. When she heard about this, Queen Elizabeth responded by saying, wait, I'm the head of Barbados. Barbados is fully separating itself from the British monarchy. You've heard of Brexit. This is Barbados. But people on social media are already proposing a new queen to take her place, and that person is Rihanna. In which case, they'd have to rename the country Barbados featuring Rihanna. But Rihanna seems open to the idea. She does. In fact, she's already released a pretty detailed policy platform. She's got a jobs plan called Work, 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 a climate change plan called Umbrella, and a tax plan called Bitch Better Have My Money. And finally, did you guys see this? Former President Barack Obama is releasing a memoir titled A Promised Land, and it's set to come out right after the 2020 election. I honestly forgot presidents could write anything other than tweets. Now, as much as I love the Obamas, I gotta say, they are making me feel bad about myself during the pandemic. Between Barack and Michelle, they've released an award-winning documentary, started a podcast, now they've announced a new book. Meanwhile, I'm proud of myself if I only eat one of my meals a day in bed. Right now, Obama's going with the lofty title of A Promised Land. But if Joe Biden wins, they're going to change the title to Birth Certificate This.